Hey, this is Robert Naini, your spray foam advisor. I want to say hi. I want to let you know that my wife and I, we just had an awesome weekend trip. We're able to get away, have a nice little weekend vacation, a weekend getaway in Angel Fire, New Mexico. We flew into Albuquerque, took a little drive up to Angel Fire, New Mexico to go up to the ski trip to the mountains up there in New Mexico. And it was an awesome, nice little ski trip. It's the second weekend that their lifts were open, that their mountains were open, that their slopes were open. And we just had a great time out there with a bunch of friends. We're part of a travel club, and we're able to book a really great rate that included the accommodations and lift tickets for 2 days. And it was just an amazing trip, had a fantastic time. And while I was coming down one of the slopes, this is only my 4th time skiing, so I'm still learning, I'm still getting better, I'm still trying to develop my skills as a skier and try to just get better in that, like I do with everything that I try to do in my life. I try to learn, understand the process, and get better, and always work on new skills. And this is the 4th time I've been skiing, and so you know, I was coming down the mountain, and I was actually filming a couple of the different runs and filming some of the people that we were on the trip with, and it just hit me like, why don't I talk about you know, some of the concepts that really help people learn things. And so I started a video as I was coming down one of the slopes for you guys, for the blog right here at Spray Foam Advisor. So I'm going to cut to that right now, and you'll hear from me on the slopes in Angel Fire, New Mexico.
Whenever you face challenges, when you fall down, when you struggle to do something, you got to pick yourself up, dust yourself off, and get right back at it. It's the only way to learn anything. The only way to learn is to do it. You do it, you do it, you do it until you figure it out. That's the name of the game. It's part of life, it's part of business, it's part of getting better at anything. You figure out what it is you're trying to do, you figure out the steps, the skills that are required to do it, and you just own it. You step up to it, you act like you know what you're doing. That's the fake it till you make it concept. Nobody really means fake it, go out there, not know anything, make a bunch of mistakes. The reality is you learn before you get there, you study, and then when you practice, when you get ready for the practice, when you are in the action, when you are doing the thing, when you are taking the steps, that is when you get better. You get monumentally better in the field when you're taking action, when you're doing stuff. When you fall down, you learn, you get better, you get right back up, you get back at it. It is the best learning process. And when you are good enough to do it without thinking about it, then you teach others. Then you go out and you find people to help, because everyone needs help with something at some stage in their life. Pass it forward, pass it on, help other people. You help people get better at what you are good at. That is a way you can give back to the community, to society, and to others around you. The concept, what I live by, what I try to act on every week, every month, every year, is to study, practice, and teach. Study whatever it is I want to get better at, practice it until I can do it mindlessly, and teach it to others along the way. I've done that in business. I've done that with spray foam insulation. I am not at the level of teaching with skiing yet, but I'm getting the hang of it. And I do that with disc golf. I teach as much as I can with disc golf. I'm not great, but I'm good enough to help others. Study, practice, and teach. That's the name of the game, and that is part of life. Now, I want to share one thing with you before we part ways, and I'm going to turn you out to this amazing view that I have here in Angel Fire, New Mexico is where we are at this weekend. I'm going to turn you out to this view so you can just check out the top of this view from Angel Fire, New Mexico. It is fantastic, absolutely breathtaking, amazing, amazing location. I highly recommend that you look for opportunities like this to share time with your families, to share time with your friends, to have fun in life. Because ultimately, life is made up of the experiences that you choose to take. And this is just one of those types of experiences.
Now, one thing I want to say about what I said there is, even though I am a beginner, even though I'm still learning, I am actually able to help other people in the skiing process. So I talk about this concept of study, practice, and teach. And the reality is, to teach somebody, all you have to be is 1 or 2 steps ahead of them. And so I found myself over the weekend actually talking to some skiers who had never been skiing before, some brand new skiers who didn't pay for lessons, and they're trying to figure it out on their own. And even with my little understanding and my little knowledge, and only being out on the, only having gone on 4 ski trips ever in my life, I was able to help them and provide a couple of tips that otherwise they wouldn't have had. So you are able to help people even if you have just a little bit of knowledge, even if you really don't consider yourself an expert or a teacher in the topic or the subject. If you have a little bit of knowledge and you're 1 or 2 steps ahead of someone, you can help that person that's just starting. So that's one thing I want to correct. And remember, the phrase, the concept, what I try to live by, and what's going to become really my mantra going forward in life is to study, practice, and teach. And that's something that I think everyone can use to benefit themselves, benefit their businesses. That's the way I'm going to live my life. And that's the way I have lived my life without even realizing it. And I'm just going to continue that going forward. This has been Robert Naini with Spray Foam Advisor. Thanks for checking us out. Catch us on some more videos.
I love questions. Anyone out there, feel free to shoot in a question. I'll give you an email address right here for any questions you have. Send them to questions@sprayfoamadvisor.com. sprayfoamadvisorsingular.com. So questions@sprayfoamadvisor.com. Go ahead and send those questions in. I'll get to as many of them as I can, and I'll try to incorporate a select few into some of my weekly videos. And of course, if you like this video, go ahead and subscribe to the blog if you haven't already done that. Find us on YouTube and like us, like and follow us there. And check us out on LinkedIn, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. Find us on all of your favorite social media sites, and you can keep up with the words of wisdom coming out of Spray Foam Advisor. Thank you very much for joining us. I appreciate it. We'll catch you on some more videos. Take care.